Hi lovely people, it's Rachel and welcome back to my channel if you're a returning viewer, and welcome to my channel if you're new. Today I thought I would review sort of an initial impression of these two publications from Inspire. I have the new Inspire Praise Creative Journaling Bible, and I also have their Proverbs book as well, and I thought I would just have a flick through with you, show you what's in them, and maybe do some pen tests as well and paint tests and things, so we can have a look together. So let's start with the Proverbs. So they also do a Psalms one, I believe, and these are, it's the full book of the Bible in a really big format with some word art and some illustration in as well. So the front cover has got some foiling on it, which is very pretty, and then the back is a bit blank, so you could actually colour this in as well. And as it says, it's, you know, it's the whole book, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And I would say it's about the same size as the, oh, what's the word I want? The Secret Garden, and I want to say Enchanted Wood. Do I mean Enchanted Wood? I probably mean Enchanted Forest colouring books as well. So it does sort of meld the two things together. So we've got, you can see there, you've got like your first book plate, you've got the inside cover you can colour in, and I like the paper is so thick. That's the first thing that I'm really noticing about this. And then you've got, again, loads and loads to colour in, and the spaces aren't too tiny, so you know it's not going to be too difficult to see, which you can find with some of the adult colouring books, can't you? I like that this is sort of everywhere. There's sort of the line art and illustration, and there's sort of an introduction here, just saying about how you can, how to sort of set about the process of praying, read, ask and respond. And as it says, you know, there's no wrong way to be creative. There isn't. You know, we are all created in different ways. God obviously loves diversity. And so as you're going through, you know, do whatever you want to do really with it. There's so much space here to be able to write in those margins. Just have a look at how wide they are. Okay, so those are 2 inches, 2 3/4 inches, which is a really quite wide, and obviously I mean you could get 3 inches in there. Love the birds, got a thing about birds. And I like how there are words that have been picked out as well. I mean, it's just really lovely. Let me just check, what translation is this? It's NLT, so it's a New Living Translation. And then you've got these full pages as well, which is great. I just love there's so much space. As I say, there is a Psalms one as well. I mean, it'd be amazing if they did the entire Bible like this, really, wouldn't it? Really, really beautiful. And I say the thickness of this paper is amazing. You know, I would expect, I mean, you're not going to need any gesso on this if you go into watercolour, as you normally would in a Bible. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. Now, I have had, to be very honest with you, I've had a bit of a dry spell recently in terms of Bible journaling. And I say recently, it's been quite a while now. Oh, look at that, that's gorgeous. And I've found myself spending more time going back over entries that I've done than doing new ones, if that makes sense. And I just felt like I just need something perhaps a little bit different to spark that, you know, creativity again. And I've been finding it very difficult to think of what to put on a page. You know, when I first started Bible journaling, I'm just going to keep flicking so you can have a look. I just had so many ideas, and I'd read a passage, I'd be like, yes, it's this is what I want to do. But I feel at the moment that I kind of do want to take something like this and just work on it and be thinking through and praying through what's already been written rather than putting it there myself. that being said, I did do some on Saturday. I did a few entries on Saturday at our monthly Bible journaling session. That was good. I enjoyed that. Right, so I've come to the end there. And then you are more precious than rubies. Yes. And then we have, so these are full page pages to do. Now it is a bound book binding. It is sewn, so these aren't like perforated or anything, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to take them out if you were very careful. And yeah, so you've got all of these. These are great. Oh, I like that. And I think I'm still not always a fan of the letter styles that they use in these, but I feel like I could work around it. I would still rather, it's these bits that kind of aren't happening for me at the moment. I don't know. I'm just kind of in a bit of a odd phase. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm spending time in the Word, it doesn't really matter. And then you've got some to cut out. So these are like little cards. And then there's some bookmarks as well, which actually you could also take out and put into a journaling Bible. It says they're like colour, cut and share. So that is it, and then your back cover again. So that's that one. And as it says there, you know, you've got 50 illustrations, 80 designed verses within the Bible text containing words to colour, 10 one-sided full page illustrations, 13 creative journaling embellishments, 2.5 inch wide ruled margins, and it's 11-point font, which actually it is pretty big. It's very, very readable. So I thought what we would do is we will do some pen tests in a minute, and I've got a selection next to me, but first of all let's have a look at the Bible as well. So until now I have always bought a Bible which, just look at this though, which has nothing in it. It's just blank margins. And I've then just gone in and done whatever I wanted to on it. My eldest daughter has the Inspire Bible. It's got a duck egg blue kind of cover, and it's got tons of colouring in it. Now I think this is actually thicker than that is, and in fact I'm going to pause for a moment and go and grab her Bible, because she won't mind me borrowing it, just to compare, because I know quite a lot of people will have that Bible already. Right, here we go. So I grabbed hers, which is this one, which I know a lot of people have, and let's just put those up, because yes, I think this is thicker. Yeah, it is definitely thicker, even with the extra bits that Eleanor's put in. She's done quite a lot in this actually in terms of colouring. There we go. So it is a little bit chunkier, and it says that it's all new line art in this, so none of it should be the same. So shall we, let me have a little look, and let me just find a little bit. In fact, let's just go to Genesis, because she's done the first bit on there, but she hasn't done this. Let's just see, is it all different? Let's have a look. This is a New Living Translation again. So, as I say, it is, yes, it is different. Okay, so that's really quite nice, because actually, did you see how different the paper is? So you've got white paper as opposed to cream. I just put these side by side, which I also really like, because something that has been frustrating me is I don't really like cream paper. I do like white paper. White. Still got the rounded corners, which makes me happy because I like rounded corners. Still got the kind of, the cover is a little bit more textured than this one. This is definitely smoother. And yeah, this has got like the turquoisey foil, and that's got silver. So a couple of differences with it, but otherwise I think the actual layout is very, very similar in terms of the size of margins and things. So when you open up, you get immediately this sort of double page spread to colour, and then you've got your kind of nameplate, bookplate, dedication, whatever you want to put there. I mean, just looking at that just makes me think about creation and everything that God has made, and oh, amazing. And then again, more things to colour. So there is just tons of space in this and tons of opportunity to get the pencils out. And I think that is what I'm probably going to do actually, is I think I see this as a bit of a pencil rather than paint perhaps. Even the contents page has got some line art around it. There's a welcome section, just kind of, you know, with a prayer in the front, and then Psalm 145. And it says, time in God's word never returns void. Very, very true. It is never, ever wasted time. Then note to readers, introduction to the New Living Translation, team, and then we get into the Old Testament. Okay. So the text itself is really clear and easy to read. Let me just see if it tells me what size it is. It is 8.65, the font. The margins are 2 inches wide, and where there isn't any artwork, you have just got it lightly ruled and it's like a dot. I'm going to just bring you right as far in. There we go, that's a little bit better. Can get you in a little bit more. Single column, which I really, really like, because then if you've done something for one column, you're not stuck with the other one. In terms of translation, I know not everybody likes the New Living Translation. I personally find it okay. I would probably read a different translation for study, but you know, there you go. And then we have these. We have got, what's that doing in Genesis? Okay, so we've got Psalm 150, verse 1, in the middle of Genesis. I'm obviously missing something there. But we have these vellum pages, and there's how many of these are there? There are 32, so quite a substantial number. Okay, got another psalm reference. And they are partly coloured, partly not. So you could write on these, you could put, you know, your prayers, your thoughts on there, you could add to them. I mean, you can see there just how much illustration there actually is. I mean, that there is both sides really. So I think if you're wanting a Bible where you're going to have lots of opportunity to do your own thing, there's quite a bit there that hasn't got anything, and then you get pages where you've got loads. You know, you may find that the verses that you want to do something on, you're having to add in like a tip in or a full page or something because there's already something there. Just bear it in mind. Where I am right now, where actually I just feel like I need some starting points, I think is going to be really good for me. So yeah, so we've got these vellum pages. I think you can see where they fall. Oh, that's beautiful. And I wonder, have we basically got psalm references on most of them? Looks like we have, yes. They are really, really beautifully done. I mean, the vellum's lovely. What else have we got? Let's see. Oh, that's nice. I like the colours in that. And they've got kind of a watercolour painted effect, which is nice. Okay, so yeah, and so there's sort of a mixture of colour and then opportunity for you to add your own things. There's also supposed to be some full page illustrations as well. I wonder if I can find one. I'm guessing they're somewhere in amongst where it just falls in the text to add in a full page. I think the thing with these kind of things is, or this kind of style of Bible, is that it generally follows the same structure for the illustration of the margin, in that it will take a word or it will take a verse there. And so I guess my point is that what I sometimes want to do is actually not just rewrite out the verse. I want to write my thoughts and my ponderings there. So I can see me kind of doing this and then adding in extra pieces. So it's a bit, that's been my kind of objection so far to perhaps using one of these. It's like my writing doesn't look like that, so I want it to look like my writing as well. But equally, I just need something easy at the moment. That's pretty, I like the doodle. Obedience is better than sacrifice. 1 Samuel 15:22. Dooby-dooby-doo. Yeah, now you see how, yeah, it is a little, yeah, it is taken from the verse. But anyway, I'm not finding a full page, am I? That's what I was trying to look for. No, not finding one very easily, so never mind. But you get, oh, there you go, found one. Just as I was saying, I can't find one. So you do get some full page illustrations as well, which are very, very lovely. Then in the back we probably have our standard weights and measures pages, which are very, very good for pen tests. Yeah, that's nice with the cups and things, I like that. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Look at that. Oh, I like that. And yeah, so we get to the end of Revelation, and then we have index of designed scripture verses. Now that's useful, so you can actually go and look up which verses have been illustrated and designed. Now I like that. And that gives you an idea of the spread throughout the Bible as well. You know, I mean, Isaiah's got loads. There's some, I mean, at the end of the day, there's going to be some books which lend themselves more because of the imagery and the language, perhaps. I like that. That's really pretty. And then you've got the designed word art as well. Yeah, so for example, let's have a look up. Let's look up Grace 1353. It's a big chunky Bible, this. There we go. So you've got like word art like this in the margins as well, of just a single word. Okay, so then we haven't got our handy weights and measures. How very annoying, I'm going to have to use one of these. So then at the back, there's a little pocket, and inside there's some stickers. So let's have a look at these. Not even opened this yet. So you can store bits and bobs in the back, and then we've got some little stickers as well. Now that is a little bit of a shame in that the colour of the paper the stickers on doesn't match the colour of the paper they printed the Bible on. But I like I appreciate the fact there are stickers, because you know, I like stickers. So we have stickers, and then we have some more. And again, you know, you're going to colour these in too. And then we have some tabs as well. Now, I mean, those are pretty basic tabs, and they're kind of the wrong shape, but anyway, never mind. I would like the curve to be at the point that's going to stick out rather than it being a straight one, because that is going to be a little bit messy. So I probably won't use those, to be honest, but I could see me using them. They are quite nice. So those just tuck into the back. And that's it really. So it is interesting that you haven't got your usual paraphernalia of weights and measures and things, but hey, that's fine. You know, I will probably use, actually I think I will use this page here for pen tests, because I'm not going to do anything else on it really. So let's have a look at some pen tests then. I've grabbed a selection, and I'm just going to go through and write down the name of each one. I'll speed this portion up for you. I've got Tombos, I've got, what else have I got? I've got fountain pen, I've got pip pens, I have Paper Make Flares, mild liners, and some other just general black pens to test out. I know that some of the pens that I've tested on here are permanent pens, so the Monotwin I think is permanent, and the Unipin Fine Liner. So let's go and turn the page and have a look. I did a little swatch of watercolour as well. Okay, yes, you can see there very, very clearly that the Tombow Mono Twin marker pen, which was this one here, it came in a lettering set that I bought, has bled through. Now the watercolour, I actually got that quite wet and it's not done too bad. It's not actually bled through. I'm quite impressed with that. And the Unipin fine liner as well hasn't bled. Nothing else has really bled. I mean, you're always going to get shadowing. If I just hold that up to show you, you can see that actually this paper takes pens really, really well. I'm quite impressed by that. Even down to the fountain pen as well. So let's have a look in the Proverbs book, and I'm just going to test watercolour and the Mono Twin because everything else should be okay. Now what page layers I will use like a corner just next to one of these. So Tombow. And just a bit of watercolour. Do the same colours. Okie dokes. So, something I just was finding then as I was watercolouring onto that is that the surface of the paper was like picking up and it's kind of gone a bit, yeah, I don't actually like the effect of watercolour in this. It doesn't sit smoothly on the paper, it's kind of, yeah, lifting up a bit. And the Tombow has not gone through, which means there's a bit of a shadow. I can see it shadowing, but it's not actually gone through. So yes, the things like Sharpies you could probably use in this as well, which is fab. So there you go. Those are the two sort of books that I thought I would just pop on and do a little bit of a review of. I may share how I tackle some of these pages, I'm not sure yet. Because I know that, as I say, you know, my Bible journaling content has been a little lacking of late. That's because I haven't really been doing new things, and certainly with being in that place where when I do sit down to journal, it's been a very personal thing and it hasn't really been something that I felt I should or wanted to do on camera and share with people, and I hope you guys can understand that. And I hope that even that you kind of realise that it's okay to have those seasons where you don't do as much as you have done before. It's absolutely fine. And sometimes, yeah, you just have to go with it. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy doing this, I think, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. I'll leave links down below to these books, to the Bible and the colouring. And if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to see, let me know, and I'll speak to you again next time. Bye for now, lovely people.